As my grandmother said when she was crowned, coronations are a declaration of our hopes for the future. And I know she's up there, fondly keeping an eye on us, and she'll be a very proud mother.
What has impressed you most about her?
I think just the qualities that are essential for somebody in a leadership role.
Buckingham Palace is in turmoil as Prince William steps forward to reveal the contents of the late Queen Elizabeth's final will.
So there are some disadvantages to crowns, but otherwise they're quite important things.
Shocking secrets that have left the royal family reeling. For decades, the Queen was the heart of the monarchy, but her last wishes may forever alter its future. What truths were hidden in her final words? And why has the palace been trembling since their revelation? From surprising inheritances to unexpected decisions, this moment could change everything. Let's uncover the explosive details behind this royal bombshell. Secrets beyond the crown. The Queen's will was far more than a simple list of who gets what. It was a masterfully designed plan, crafted with care to ensure the monarchy's relevance and strength in a rapidly evolving world. Hidden within its pages were not just details about estates and finances, but family secrets so profound they had the power to change how the public views the royal family forever. From the very beginning, it was obvious that this was no ordinary inheritance. Prince William, already carrying the heavy burden of royal responsibilities, found himself at the center of a groundbreaking revelation. The Queen's will didn't just assign wealth and titles. It redefined power, reshuffled assets, and made decisions that upended long-standing traditions. It was a bold move, one that challenged the very core of how the royal family operated for generations. One of the most surprising revelations concerned the royal estates. For decades, people assumed these magnificent properties would pass down through the family in the usual way, staying tightly held by specific individuals. But the Queen had different plans. Balmoral Castle, the family's beloved retreat in the stunning Scottish Highlands, was not to be handed to a single heir. Instead, it was to be shared among several family members. This decision, unheard of in royal history, sent shockwaves through the family. Tensions quickly arose as the implications of the Queen's choices began to sink in. Balmoral, a symbol of unity and tradition, was now a source of division. Why would the Queen make such a drastic change? Was it to promote fairness? Or was it a subtle way of addressing deeper issues within the family? No one could say for sure, but one thing was clear. Her decision was as unconventional as it was bold. The will went beyond estates and assets, touching on the deeper dynamics of the family. It redistributed power in a way that broke free from centuries-old customs. For Prince William, it was both a challenge and an opportunity, a chance to lead the family into a new era while grappling with the weight of these unexpected changes.
I come with no other agenda than desperately trying to help people who are in need. And I see that as part of my role. And I like a big challenge. I do like that, but I can't do it on my own.
With every page of the Queen's will, the monarchy's future became both clearer and more uncertain, leaving not just the royal family, but the entire world, captivated by the secrets it revealed and the legacy it sought to protect. What legacy is the Queen leaving? Let's take a look at the rich legacy the Queen leaves behind. A legacy beyond riches. The late Queen's immense wealth became one of the most talked about aspects of her will, captivating public attention worldwide. For decades, people speculated about the true size of her fortune, which stretched far beyond the confines of her royal responsibilities. It wasn't just her official position that made her wealthy. She had built a financial empire that included strategic investments, priceless art collections, and successful private ventures. Yet her will revealed a profound truth. Wealth wasn't the defining element of her legacy. What truly intrigued everyone were her deeply personal treasures, objects that carried a lifetime of memories and meaning. Her will highlighted rare and ancient books, heirlooms steeped in family history, and extraordinary artworks by masters like Rembrandt and Vermeer. These culturally and historically rich items were not simply left behind. They were carefully allocated to specific family members. Through these thoughtful decisions, the Queen ensured the preservation of the monarchy's heritage for future generations. The spotlight also turned to her stunning jewelry collection, which had long fascinated royal followers. Iconic pieces such as the Vladimir tiara, cherished by many for its timeless elegance, held stories of their own. But unlike what some might expect, these treasures were not automatically handed over to the next reigning monarch. Instead, the Queen's distribution was meticulous and deliberate, reflecting her foresight and deep family bonds. For instance, some of the most significant jewels were set aside for King Charles III to carry forward the royal tradition.
In this purpose, I know that I shall be upheld by the affection and loyalty of the peoples whose sovereign I have been called upon to be.
However, others were thoughtfully allocated to Prince William, his wife Catherine, and even their children. By doing so, the Queen ensured that each piece would remain a symbol of unity and continuity within the family, connecting future generations to their illustrious past. This glimpse into the Queen's final wishes revealed much more than wealth. It painted a picture of a woman who valued history, family, and legacy above all. Her will was not just a list of who gets what. It was a carefully crafted message of love, responsibility, and foresight, ensuring that the treasures of the crown and the memories attached to them would live on, cherished by those she loved most. As the Queen wills her wealth to her close ones, it is expected that the recipient would have a significant contribution to the family. This gives rise to the question, does the Queen's wishes reflect a vision for the monarch? Let's take a search into the will to establish her vision for the monarch. A vision for the monarchy. The Queen's will held more than just a list of who gets what. It revealed her deep foresight and strategic thinking about the future of the monarchy. Beyond dividing material possessions, her decisions showed a bold plan to reshape the royal family's role in a changing world. One striking move was her choice to reassign certain royal properties. Instead of keeping them as personal family assets, she designated them as part of the crown estate, emphasizing a clear line between private wealth and public responsibilities. This move was far from simple. It stirred up debates and raised eyebrows both inside and outside Buckingham Palace. Some family members were shocked to receive less than they had expected, while others found themselves unexpectedly favored. The balance of what was given and what was withheld left many wondering about the Queen's deeper intentions. Was this a message about duty over privilege? A step toward modernizing the monarchy? Or simply a way to prevent future disputes over inheritance?
And February, just 6 weeks from now, will see the start of my Platinum Jubilee year, which I hope will be an opportunity for people everywhere to enjoy a sense of togetherness.
The tension within the royal walls was undeniable. Conversations became charged, whispers echoed through the grand halls, and speculation ran wild as the true impact of the Queen's choices began to unfold. Her decisions didn't just redistribute wealth, they redefined relationships, challenged expectations, and set the stage for a new era of monarchy, one that blends tradition with the realities of the modern age. As the dust settled, one thing became clear. The Queen's will wasn't just a legal document, it was a final act of leadership, a carefully crafted blueprint that reflected her vision for a monarchy that could evolve, endure, and remain relevant in a fast-changing world. Her legacy now stands as both an inspiration and a challenge for those she left behind. How did the public react after the Queen's legacy was honored? Was it well received or misunderstood? Let's delve into the details of the public sentiments. Public sentiments on the monarchy. After honoring the Queen's legacy, the British monarchy is navigating a time of change and uncertainty. Queen Elizabeth II's historic reign, though marked by some notable family scandals, was largely seen as a symbol of stability and tradition. With her passing, the era of King Charles has begun, but it seems to be stirring a mix of emotions across the nation. Is the public's view of the monarchy shifting? Recent royal events have painted a contrasting picture. On one side, loyal supporters continue to celebrate the new king, waving flags and cheering as he steps into his role.
Waving to the thousands of people who are thronging the Mall, who have braved the rain and are here to witness an historic moment.
The king toasting the next phase of the relationship.
On the other, a growing number of anti-monarchy protesters have been making their voices heard, often loudly and unmistakably. Interestingly, these protests reflect a new chapter in public expression. During Queen Elizabeth's time, critics of the monarchy often held back, wary of upsetting a public deeply attached to her steady presence. Many acknowledged that openly opposing the monarchy during her reign might have been seen as disrespectful or divisive. However, the atmosphere now seems to have shifted. With the passing of the Queen, these critics appear to feel emboldened, shedding their earlier hesitations. Their protests signal a readiness to openly question the institution in a way that feels fresh and unprecedented. This dynamic raises intriguing questions. Is the monarchy, long rooted in tradition and continuity, facing a more uncertain future? Will King Charles's reign win over skeptics? Or will it mark a turning point in how the public views the royal family? As Britain adapts to a new era of leadership, the monarchy's ability to connect with modern values while preserving its historic significance could determine its path forward. For now, the stage is set for a fascinating period of reflection and debate about the role of royalty in today's world. Prince William, no doubt, must have inherited a huge responsibility from the Queen. But to what extent? Let's look into the role Prince William has to play. Prince William's pivotal role. Prince William's role in reading the Queen's will was far more than ceremonial. It was deeply symbolic, reflecting the weight of his future as king. In that moment, he stood at a critical juncture, where the age-old traditions of the British monarchy met the pressing call for transformation in a modern world. His grandmother's carefully thought-out decisions placed him in an extraordinary position, a bridge between the monarchy's rich, storied past and its uncertain, ever-changing future. The Queen's choice to bestow personal treasures upon William was no mere gesture of favoritism. It was a profound expression of trust in his ability to uphold and carry forward her enduring legacy. Each heirloom, whether it was an intricate piece of jewelry, an ancient manuscript, or a treasured artifact, held more than just material or historical value. These items were steeped in emotions, memories, and the profound responsibility of preserving a royal heritage. For William, these gifts were far from simple treasures. They were symbols of the monarchy's continuity and resilience, each representing a piece of his grandmother's unwavering dedication to the crown. As he held these items, their significance weighed heavily on his shoulders, not as possessions but as obligations. They were reminders of the values, lessons, and vision the Queen sought to embed in the future of the monarchy. As William read through the will, the deeper meaning of his role became increasingly evident. The survival of the monarchy rested on a delicate balance, respecting centuries of tradition while embracing the inevitable changes demanded by a modern world. His task was nothing short of monumental. He was not merely inheriting titles, estates, and wealth. He was inheriting the Queen's dream of a monarchy capable of weathering the challenges of time. This moment was a defining one for William, a stark reminder of the expectations that awaited him as king.
What inspires me the most about the young people here this evening is that they have not only overcome homelessness to achieve their personal ambitions, but they are also contributing to the communities in which they live.
It wasn't just about preserving the crown's grandeur. It was about ensuring its relevance and vitality in a rapidly evolving society. Every decision he would make in the years to come would echo with the wisdom and intent behind the gifts his grandmother entrusted to him. William's journey ahead is one of great complexity and responsibility, where tradition and change must coexist. In reading the will, he wasn't just stepping into his grandmother's legacy. He was stepping into the heart of a monarchy at a crossroads, tasked with steering it toward a future that honors its past while embracing the possibilities of tomorrow. The crown falls on King Charles, with its challenges. Let's look into what he gets from the late Queen. King Charles III, a crown and its challenges. For King Charles III, inheriting the crown was far from a simple step into power. It came with its own set of complex challenges. Becoming king marked only the beginning of his journey. With the crown came the immense responsibility of managing Queen Elizabeth II's personal wealth and ensuring the royal family's place in an ever-changing world. Among the tangible inheritances were the grand royal estates of Sandringham and Balmoral, along with a portfolio of private investments that had long been kept out of public scrutiny. These holdings symbolized centuries of royal tradition, but also carried the weight of expectation. Yet, what stood out as King Charles's greatest inheritance wasn't something you could see or measure. It was the deeply rooted values and principles that his late mother wove into the fabric of the monarchy.
The conclusion I draw is that the future of mankind can be assured only if we rediscover ways in which to live as part of nature.
For decades, Queen Elizabeth II had been a steadfast symbol of tradition, duty, and resilience. As her successor, Charles faced the daunting task of upholding these timeless ideals while navigating the realities of a rapidly evolving world. How could he honor his mother's extraordinary legacy while addressing the new challenges and expectations of modern society? Balancing the old with the new wasn't just a goal, it would define his reign. King Charles's mission was clear, yet complicated. On one hand, he needed to preserve the traditions that had made the monarchy a symbol of continuity and stability for generations. On the other, he was aware of the growing need to adapt, to show the world that the royal family could remain relevant and meaningful in a time of technological advancements, social change, and increasing public scrutiny. Every decision he made, whether about the future of royal estates, how to handle financial transparency, or how to connect with a younger, more diverse audience, would be a test of his ability to lead. The world was watching to see whether he could bridge the gap between the cherished legacy of Queen Elizabeth II and the demands of a modern, progressive monarchy. As King Charles III began his reign, one question loomed large. Could he strike the perfect balance between honoring the past and embracing the future? Only time would reveal whether he could carve out a legacy of his own while standing firmly on the foundation his mother built. This delicate dance of tradition and innovation would shape not only his rule, but also the very future of the British monarchy. Inheritance, on the sides of the royal families, is usually heavy, with its unique challenges. Let's journey into the emotional side of the inheritance.
I am deeply aware of this great inheritance and of the duties and heavy responsibilities of sovereignty, which have now passed to me.
The emotional weight of inheritance. The reading of the Queen's will wasn't merely an event to divide possessions, it was an intimate and profoundly emotional experience for her family. Each item listed carried a story, weaving together threads of her extraordinary life and the values she held dear. It was as if her life's journey was unfolding before them through her carefully chosen bequests. Among the treasures were rare books, each one a window into a chapter of the past. These weren't just dusty old volumes, but carefully preserved pieces of history, embodying the Queen's love for knowledge and her deep respect for cultural heritage. Then there were the family antiques, exquisite objects that had adorned royal palaces for generations. Every piece bore the marks of time and the weight of countless memories, reminding her family of the monarchy's enduring legacy and the cultural significance it represented. These items were far more than material possessions. They were symbols of a monarchy deeply rooted in history, yet continuously evolving to remain meaningful in the modern world. The rare books reflected a commitment to wisdom and learning, while the antiques told tales of resilience, tradition, and a royal family that had withstood the test of time. But what truly captivated those present was the Queen's thoughtful distribution of these priceless treasures. Each choice seemed deliberate, each allocation infused with love and foresight. She wasn't just passing down valuables, she was passing down values. To her descendants, these items served as both a connection to their shared past and a gentle reminder of the responsibility they carried to uphold her legacy. Through this act of giving, the Queen ensured that her influence would endure beyond her time. The rare books would inspire a love for knowledge. The antiques would keep family traditions alive, and her carefully planned bequests would remind everyone of the importance of staying true to one's roots while embracing the future. The room was filled with a sense of reverence and awe. This wasn't just about who received what. It was a powerful moment of reflection on the life of a monarch who had touched so many lives. It was her way of ensuring that her story, her values, and the rich history of the monarchy would continue to shine through the generations. How does the new dispensation differ from the previous? Is it a business as usual, or are we to expect a few changes resulting from the change in hands? Let's find out. The birth of a new era. When the contents of the Queen's will were revealed, it became clear that the monarchy was stepping into a bold new chapter. Her carefully made decisions didn't just honor tradition, they also pointed toward change, blending the old with the new in a way that surprised many. It was a moment that redefined the royal family's purpose, showcasing their commitment to service while adapting to the demands of modern times. At the heart of this transformative shift stood Prince William. His grandmother's deep trust in him wasn't just evident, it was a powerful statement. She had placed immense responsibility on his shoulders, marking him as a leader who could guide the monarchy through a rapidly changing world. With this newfound role, William's path became clearer than ever. No longer just a prince waiting in line, he was now a pivotal figure with the weight of the Queen's vision resting on him.
Now, I also believe that the younger generation are going to lead this and are going to dominate this. I mean, we can't not.
For William, this wasn't just about titles or duties, it was personal. This moment solidified his journey toward the throne, bringing with it a new understanding of his role as the guardian of his grandmother's legacy. It was a turning point, one that demanded more than leadership. It called for vision, resilience, and a deep sense of purpose. The Queen's choices set the stage for a monarchy that wasn't afraid to evolve, one that could honor centuries-old traditions while daring to embrace the future. In Prince William, she saw the embodiment of this balance, a steady hand to navigate the challenges ahead, and a symbol of continuity in an ever-changing world. As the monarchy begins this new era, all eyes are on William, the man poised to carry the Queen's dreams forward. Her faith in him signals more than a passing of the torch. It's a call to action, a reminder that the future of the monarchy lies in its ability to adapt and thrive, just as she always believed it could. Every inheritance reflects the legacy being passed down from generation to generation. What legacy is being transferred by the Queen? Let's find out. A legacy that endures. Queen Elizabeth. The Second's will was more than a mere legal document. It was a powerful reflection of her wisdom, foresight, and unwavering dedication to the British monarchy. It symbolized not just her role as a leader, but her deep understanding of the royal family's place in history and its ability to adapt to the challenges of an ever-evolving world. Every decision she made in her will was carefully thought out, weaving a tapestry of tradition and forward thinking. She wasn't just passing down wealth or possessions. She was entrusting her values, principles, and the customs that defined her reign. With her signature grace, she ensured that the monarchy's legacy was preserved and that its future would remain rooted in the ideals she held so dear. At the heart of this inheritance are King Charles III and Prince William, who now shoulder the immense responsibility of carrying forward her vision. Their task is no small one: to maintain the monarchy's relevance and strength in a rapidly changing society.
I shall do my best to go on investing in the future of this remarkable country. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
While staying true to the core values Queen Elizabeth embodied. Her will serves as a guiding light for them, a reminder of her wisdom and the stability she provided throughout her remarkable reign. But the Queen's will wasn't just a plan for her family. It was a final act of leadership. It underscored her understanding that her role extended far beyond her lifetime. For over 7 decades, she was not only a monarch, but a symbol of resilience and duty, inspiring people around the globe. Even in her passing, her choices spoke volumes, leaving a lasting impression on the world and solidifying her place in history as one of the most influential figures of the modern era. Queen Elizabeth. The Second's will is more than an inheritance. It is a message to her heirs and the world. It is a testament to her belief in continuity, tradition, and the ability to face the future with courage and grace. As her family takes up the mantle, her legacy endures, echoing through the corridors of Buckingham Palace and beyond. This document, simple yet profound, is a reminder of a reign that shaped history and a monarch who will never be forgotten. What do you think about the late Queen's last will? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.